There's a report up on BuzzFeed on Friday that I found extraordinarily interesting. And who did this? Who did this report, Stu?
Newswhip, I guess, is an organization that studies media response and media organizations.
Okay,
particularly online.
This is really an important study for our side.
Yeah, their conclusion is, this is amazing. One surprising result, at least in this study, Glenn Beck's startup TheBlaze has quickly surpassed its conservative competitors by many measures of sharing.
Okay, now I want you to know, this is not just about TheBlaze. What this is when I got into this, I said, we have to change the culture of the conservative dialogue. We have to get people engaged online. We have to get people to behave differently online and spread the word on things. So what this organization did is they took and they measured all of these websites that were pumping out news, Huffington Post and everything else, and compared them. And who's making the case on the left and the right, and who's really spreading it out. And they measured it in 3 different ways. What's the first?
Social reach. Who's getting the most interactions overall?
Okay. Now, they put us up against everybody. This is against Fox News. This is against the Huffington Post. Remember, the Huffington Post is AOL Time Warner.
And driven by porn.
Well,
honestly, it is.
It is.
It's honestly driven by softcore porn.
There's backdoor softcore porn stuff that the Huffington Post, I think, runs on their spine, which drives their numbers up through the roof.
Well, yeah, and they post a lot of it. I mean, Huffington Post is not just a political site. They post a lot of entertainment stuff. They do a lot of.
They do a lot of stuff. I mean, they're very smart. They're very smart, and I mean, except for the porn stuff, I don't know all about that. But they're very smart. They have a lot of traffic. But it's AOL Time Warner, HuffPo. So we came in. They're number one on the left. Mm-hmm. We're number one on the right.
Yeah, actually, number one on the right, and more than double anyone else on the right. And that includes, as you
almost
pointed out,
3,
Fox News, Breitbart, a bunch of other sites.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next one was...
next one was most loved, which they define as the most social bang for the buck. Essentially, how many interactions you have per story. So, Huffington Post posts a lot more stories than TheBlaze. They post, as we pointed out, all different categories, entertainment and everything else. TheBlaze beats the Huffington Post and every other conservative and liberal site in interactions per story, 1,290, which the second place on that was actually Rachel Maddow's site on the left. But again, beats...
Rachel Maddow has this site?
Apparently she does. The Maddow blog. Check it out online.
Had no idea.
And then, so TheBlaze is number one there. And
the buzz on the Maddow site is just deafening, isn't it?
But again, that's MSNBC.
Yeah, it's MSNBC, right, a huge media. And remember, TheBlaze is 2 years old, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is 2 years after launch, and it's beating all these long-established
sites. And then
the
third one is most read stories.
Yeah,
right?
The stories that got the left and right clicking the most.
Right.
On the right, the number one was actually Fox News, in which they had the exclusive story of the CIA operators denied request during Benghazi attack. The biggest right-leaning story in a long time. The number 2 and number 3 stories, both TheBlaze.
So the reason why we tell you this is we, A, want to thank you for reading TheBlaze, interacting with TheBlaze, but 2, keep going. In just 2 very short years, we're already making an impact. We're already changing the way. I'm telling you, anybody who is smart on the left looked at that report on Friday and went, oh, dear God, I wish he was just on at 5 o'clock on Fox News. It's beginning to happen.